What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video, or if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be getting the Jeep ready for a road trip that we're going to be taking here soon. We're going to be going to Gulf Shores and we're taking the Jeep. It's about an 8-hour drive, and first thing we're going to get done is we got new tires for the fronts because the fronts are still Nitto, however you say that, tear grapplers. And then we got the new ones on the rear because those were really bad. So we're gonna have all 4 matching tires now. So pretty happy about that. So that's what we're doing now. And in this video too, I'll probably be actually replacing the ball joints, but I'm just replacing the bottom ones. I've already replaced the top ones and I replaced the bottom ones, but I got the wrong part, so I gotta go back in there and fix that. So that's just kind of what's gonna kind of go down in this video, and let's get to it. Let's head to the tire shop and get these put on. All right, so we're back at the house now, and as you can see, it's, the next day. I was gonna do the ball joints yesterday, but I decided not to. We went and just got the tires swapped out and came home, and I just wasn't feeling like messing with it, so I'm gonna do that today. But see, new tires on there. Now they match the backs, they're not the mismatched, and it drives a little better, but hopefully it'll drive a lot better once I swap those ball joints out. I'm gonna get to doing that, but right now I got to move this one so I can put this one in the middle. I don't have a fancy shop, it's just carport, so I'm gonna get to moving that and we'll get to tearing the Jeep apart. Alright guys, so that was pretty simple. Cars moved. Let me know if you want to see that on the channel more. I haven't really done much with it. I don't really know what to do with it. It's just kind of the car we drive back and forth to work sometimes. But I dig it because it's the 3.5, which is the big girl motors in these things, and it's the SL, so it's all decked out, leather, sunroof, all that stuff. The only kind of downside is an automatic, but the CVTs in the 3.5s aren't nearly as bad as the ones in the 2.5. So just let me know. It's pretty quick. For being a 4-door sedan, especially for the year, I think they came factory with like 270. So it's probably after power loss and everything. It's still putting out a pretty decent amount. It's a pretty quick little car. But yeah, just definitely let me know if you want to see that on the channel more. I'll try to do more with that. And then obviously we got money pit and money pit number 2. We'll get to jacking this up in the air. Probably do the driver's side and show you guys me doing the passenger side, because there's a little more connected to the passenger side. Driver's side's a little easier. So I'll start getting it jacked up, and then next time you see me, I'll be working on the passenger side. All right guys, as you can see, it's the next day again. Change clothes. I got the driver's side done, and then we've been going to the gym lately, so we went and did that and had to pick up our son, and by the time we got back it was just too dark to even film, or frankly I was just a little too tired to deal with it. So here we are. I got the wheel. I went ahead and got the wheel off. I'm sure none of you guys care to see me take the wheel off. I'm sure you know how to do it. So I'm gonna start taking this hub off. It's actually a lot easier than you think, and get to replacing this ball joint. After I get it all off, I'm going to show you what my problem was and why I had to replace these again. Because I have replaced these once. It was maybe 5 months ago, something like that. Maybe a little longer, but... So, let's get into it. Alright, so first things first, you're going to take this off. Now, you can do it the hard way, which is taking this piece off and then taking this off. Or you can take it off as a whole assembly, which is what I'm going to do. And there's just 2, I believe they're 22s. Or the 22s or 21s, but there's 2 of them. There's one here, there's one down there. If you watch my video where I replace the brake caliper, it's the same on the back too. Zip those off. Now that this piece is off, I don't normally use gloves, but I'm messing with my camera, and if you guys seen the last episode, this is a new camera, so I don't want to get it all dirty. But now that those bolts are out, this whole thing just wiggle back and forth, and there you go. That whole thing is an assembly is out. Tuck it up out of the way to where it won't fall. I just kind of rest it up here. I might end up zip tying it to that, but yeah, I think I'm gonna, because it's not very solid. So now that's done, and then this just comes off. There's nothing holding that on. So you just pull that off like so. And I always like to set it face down. I try not to get anything on the ring here. I mean, clean it off anyways, but just little contaminants as possible. All right, so now here we go to the hub. I don't take this axle nut out unless you're gonna replace the hub itself, because you can just pull the whole axle out with really no fuss. So you're gonna have your speed sensor here, which is a little Allen. It's gonna be 5mm Allen wrench. And the speed sensor, just gotta do a little bit of wiggling and it just pops out. And then normally what I do with the heat shield is I'll just kind of bend it forward a little bit, because if you don't, you won't get that sensor out. Well, I'm gonna use two hands, so I'll set you down and then we'll start working on getting the hub out. Now that sensor's up, you just take it out of this clip, pull that out, pull that out. I'm gonna cut this up with that. And now to get the actual hub off, which is just 3, and I can't remember exactly what that bolt is called, but it's the little star pattern, and you can't use a box head. You have to use a 13mm star pattern, because if you try to use a box head, it's going to round those off. You'll never get them off, and then you'll have bigger issues. So just go ahead and grab you one of these and you'll be good to go. So let's start taking those off. Alright, so now that all those 3 bolts are out, there's one here, one down here, and one over here. It's like a triangle pattern. So after all that's out, you're gonna have to get this out. Now this isn't just gonna pop out. You don't really need any special tools for it, but I'll just use like a mallet, kind of hit this side and hit that side, and just keep kind of going back and forth, and it'll work its way out. So let's get to doing that, and then after that is when we can start on the ball joints. Alright, and there we go. As you saw, you just pop that out. You don't gotta pop the dip open and pull a bunch of stuff off. Just pop that out, and that whole thing just slides out as one big piece. Check U-joints, they're good. On the driver's side, actually, that U-joint was pretty tight, so I'm gonna eventually have to replace that, but I didn't have time. So now we can go to the actual ball joint itself. You don't have to take off any of that stuff unless you're going to be replacing it, but I'm not, so I'm leaving all that on. And let's see how much pain this gives us. Now I'll put a glove or something over that. I don't want any nastiness getting in there. So let's do that, set her up over there, and then we'll see about getting that off.
What do you want for dinner?
I don't know about.
Do you want tacos?
Sure.
Okay. I'll go outside.
Alright, so now we're going to want to get this top one off. Even though we're not replacing it, we got to take it off anyways to drop this knuckle down. And then take this bottom one off, because obviously this is the one we're replacing. Ow. Be careful of that. That's a lot looser than it needs to be. last one is off, and you take this bracket off. It sits right up in here if you didn't see me take it off. Don't forget to put this back on. I've done this 3 times already, like replace the ball joints, and every time I forget to put this on. If you do them both at the same time, it's got like a right and then a front arrow, so it lets you know that this is the right, and then this piece points to the front of the Jeep. So just don't forget to put this back on. This will hold your speed sensor wire. And then obviously, since we're not, if you're replacing the front or the top ball joint, you can just throw this away. But we're not, so keep that castle nut somewhere safe. And it's always a good idea to have extra cotter pins. The kit that I bought to replace the bottom one comes with 2, the one for the bottom and then a new one for the top. So kind of lucked out there. But now we've got to get this off. And last time I had to press it off, I think it was just because it had been on there for so long. But the other side I had pretty good luck just kind of hitting with a hammer and it came off. So let's see. And what do you know? Just kind of get it up out of the way. Then you have all your access to your bottom ball joints here. So now we can actually get to the fun part, which is pressing out this joint. Grab your handy dandy ball joint press here. I'll link this in the description. I got this off Amazon, I think for like 40 bucks, something like that. Now, keep in mind if you do buy this, you have to buy the Jeep Wrangler extension cups. So those are a separate thing. I'll try to find those and link those too. But the ball joints that I got are these TTX Extremes. They're different. I figured since we have the big wheels and the offset, it'd be better to get like a, I want to say like a higher strength ball joint. And it's got a different diameter around here, around the lip. So it came with its own little installation tool, which is really, really cool. And it fits with the regular Jeep stuff. So we'll get to pressing this one out and we'll start throwing the new one in. So you've got your remover cup, which is this little guy. And this one goes up in here. It's supposed to fit flush, but from where I did it wrong last time, I kind of bent the outer ring. So it takes a little bit to get in there. If you buy this new, it'll just slip right in there. So you got your remover ring. It sits up on top of it like that. And then your remover cup, which is what's gonna catch this ball joint. And I gotta loosen that a little bit, but that's gonna go right up like that. And you wanna make sure that this, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a cutout here. You wanna make sure that's facing the back because it kind of goes with the contour of the axle, I'm guessing. I don't really know if mine has that, but that's just what the instructions say to do, so I'm just gonna follow them. All right, now that you got it nice and tight, what I like to do is, I don't know if yours will be like this, but mine always does. When I tighten it, it wants to go this way anyways, like it kind of wants to swivel. So I'll just put it all the way over to where it would swivel anyways. And that way it kind of locks itself on the axle. Just kind of saves a headache. Now that little nut here, that's a 22. You can use other stuff, but it's a lot easier to just get a 22mm socket and a breaker bar on that to spin that. And it just makes life a whole lot easier. So I'm gonna get my socket, start spinning that. And there it is, it's on the ground. I'm gonna show you guys what my problem was. You see how, I don't know if you can see in the video. Try to pull the napkin back. You see how it's off-centered? That's because the ones that I got are made to adjust for camber. And I'm sure these are great if you know how to put these in the right way. I obviously am not a professional mechanic and I don't know how to degree for all that stuff. So I put these in, and the passenger wheel was pretty straight. It was a little off, but the driver's side wheel was out like that. So every time we'd be driving down the road, it just kind of want to kick out on you. at some point, and then it would drive a little straight, and then it'd kick out towards you the next way. You try to correct it, it'd kick back the other way. And I think it was just from where the wheels were kind of, when the Jeep would roll, it'd just want to go with how the wheel was cambered. So I just figured I'd go ahead and change those out, because like I said in the beginning, we are taking this on a road trip, an 8-hour road trip, probably a little longer because we're going to stop at little cities and stuff. And I'm pretty excited because I'm going to make a video about it, make a video taking the Jeep on a road trip and then our vacation. So let me know in the comments if you want to see all that stuff. If you want me to get a little more personal about it, if you want me to do like me actually hanging out with my family, us being at the beach, stuff like that, let me know. I'll try to put that in there for you, because I don't know if you guys just want this to stay strictly car stuff or kind of more personal, like vlog style. But yeah, just let me know. I'll stop venting here and get back into this video. All right, so you got your fresh new clean ball joint that you're about to get dirty. You grab your installation tool, and I'll try to link these in the description too. I got them off Rock Auto, so if you have a Jeep and you're trying to look for good ball joints, I'll try to see if I can almost do like a review on these too. But like I said about the kit, it comes with your bottom one and your top one. You've got two, your cotter pins, and they're like locking ones, so that's pretty cool. And then you also get a little greaser, because these aren't like normal ones I've seen. The greaser is just right there, and if some of you Jeep guys have seen them, I never have. But you get this little, the other side came with a little grease tip. Put this little guy on the tip of that, and then you just push it in there and then grease that up. So I thought that was pretty cool. So let's get the push and see. Get your remover cup out. Then you'll have your installer cup. Your installer cup is at an angle, and that's so you can put it here and have it press in straight, instead of, because how this top part's sort of at an angle, this bottom part's sort of straight. It makes it to where it pushes that in perfectly straight, so you don't got to worry about it. But I'll go ahead and put this here. Got this guy, which is just a big tube. Here's your installer cup. And then this is the one they give you. It just goes right up in the top of that. And your ball joint fits down in there like so. And as you're tightening this up, you're going to want to be sure, real sure, that it's going in straight. If it doesn't go in straight, you could actually damage your axle and or ball joint. Alright guys, so new ball joint's in. It's all nice and straight. You can kind of tell what I was talking about, how it's got that angle from how much this side's pushed up and it kind of recedes back into this side. That's because this down here is straight, and then this kind of goes up at a little bit of an angle. But that's in now. It was a little bit of a pain because it started going in, then it started kind of tilting sideways, so I had to, you know, reset everything and push it back in there. So now that that's done, everything else just goes back on in reverse. So I probably won't film any of that since I took all of it off and just kind of showed you. Probably just snap and then the wheel, or at least everything will be on. So I mean, that's basically it for that. I mean, I really think that's pretty much it to get this thing road trip ready. Sorry about that. AC works fine. Thing runs great. I mean, it's a Jeep, so it used a little bit of oil, but I mean, that's normal. Tires brand new. I mean, I think other than that, she's ready to go. Yep, the next thing you see will be everything back together, and then I'm gonna check out the alignment, see if it's still off. It probably will be, since those ball joints were all out of whack, but I'll check it, and hopefully it's not, but I'll get back to you. Alright guys, so everything is in, wheels on, both sides done. I'm about, because I'm not sure if when you buy those ball joints, if they come pre-greased. So I'm probably going to get my grease gun and probably just hit those with a couple pumps, just to make sure there's something in there, it's not just running dry. And I'm gonna check the alignment real quick. I haven't done that yet. If you want to know how to do that, there are tons of videos out there. There's a few really good ones that I learned how to do that with. I'm hoping it's not too far off, but I mean, you did something like that, you never know. So I'm gonna check it anyways. And then I think that's gonna be it for this video, guys. I'll probably do an update on how it drives, maybe in a later video, just cause I mean, we're probably not gonna really be driving it all that much today. But I'll definitely touch back up on that in a later upload. Like I said earlier, taking this thing on a road trip, 8 hours, going to Gulf Shores. So I'm gonna be kind of vlogging that whole thing, the road trip down there, and us just at the beach, stuff like that. So let me know if you guys want to see that stuff. I'm pretty excited about it. Kind of give you a real glimpse into my family, and hopefully try to steer the channel that way. Keep it with the theme of cars, but also kind of more of a vlog type of thing. That's kind of what I'm wanting to get into. So that being said, let me know in the comments what you guys want to see too, because you know I haven't really asked that much. And if you guys want to see something that I'm not doing, let me know, and I'll try to give that to you guys, because ultimately, as much fun as I have with these, and I really do, it all comes down to what you guys want to see. So like I said, that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button. Please think about hitting that subscribe button, and leave me a comment down below. I will see you guys next time.